Okay, so I know some unfortunate circumstances, or really just the world going to crap, kind of sort of got in the way of Final Fantasy full playthrough streaming stuff, but that doesn't mean I don't have a concern, primarily of a combat nature. Alright, so in case it wasn't obvious, this won't really be containing spoilers for the story. This is more like a combat wish list, if you will. Alright, so I'm just going to start off with the more heavily boring stuff. Yes, we're going to go and get into Aerith. Now, for those of you who remember the after production survey, it was pretty much noted that universally Aerith's combat and gameplay was considered, I won't say boring so much as trash. Hot mess trash. Essentially, they tried to make her a white mage, and then at the last minute, I guess somebody remembered, hey, we should give her some actual abilities. But, you know, I wasn't there during the design phase. So for Aerith, much like the other staff user, San from the DLC, I would love it if she actually got abilities that involved hitting things with the staff. If she can beat somebody with a damn chair, yes, I've seen the meme. Why can't she beat the shit out of somebody with the rod? I'm not asking her to turn into some form of Tifa Kung Fu Wushu master thingy, but I think much like the survey implied, the whole entire world would love it if she had some form of area of effect, wide swinging physical attacks, or traditional thrust and occasional, you know, bonk on the head, stun move. It's not that fucking hard. Come on now. That being said, as far as her elemental magic is concerned, hey, I'm perfectly fine. It came out how I was supposed to. I'm pretty cool with it. Her heart attack, the crystal impact thing, which, I'm sorry, it's just really unentertaining. In a game filled to the brim with Square Enix trying to throw money at as much state-of-the-art and cutting-edge stuff as they could pack into a PS4/PS5 game, this move stands out primarily because of its painful simplicity. Does everything need to be a lavish limit break looking super move? Absolutely not. But that little purplish pink blossom, by the way, somebody Google for me what the color name is for purple and pink when they get mixed together, because plink just sounds wrong. It leaves much to be desired. In fact, I think it might be cool if she found a way to harden some energy along her staff so she could temporarily do some moves that make it give it like a spear thrust or swing it around like it's a glaive. That would be cool, and it could do both hybrid physical and elemental damage, or it could do elementless magic damage, which I believe is normally called ruin in most other Final Fantasy games. I'm just saying. There were so many things they could have done and they didn't even try. They literally essentially said, oh, we made Aerith use a lot of magic. Should we make it do anything else? Fuck it. Her evasive capability could have, you know, rivaled Cloud's and Tifa's because she could pole vault with her weapon. There were so many lost potentials. And I don't even understand why she doesn't have some form of a magical counter. If she can put up a barrier wall, a reflection wall, why can't she have some close range, boop, you hit this, you get hurt situation going on? But I'm not going to beat that dead horse too much. As far as I'm concerned, most of the information stated has already been revealed about Aerith. We want her to have more variety in her combat. It's just that simple. Offensive and defensive options. Now moving into the big boy himself, Barrett. I'm not going to lie. I don't have much to say. His maneuverability was kind of sort of expected. Big buff burly guy, and also with a giant metal arm. And it's pretty common that most bodybuilders don't inherently have that level of flexibility. They have to train for that. So I am perfectly okay with how he was handled. However, that little ability where he pretty much burns up all of his meter and the attacks get stronger based on how many meters you choose to use, not really a fan of that. I get that it was easier for him to build up his meter because he got the long range continuous fire and also his hard mode overshot or overcharge situation is going on. I totally get it. It works. He's one of the only characters who I actually like putting the Materia prayer on because it only works when you got 2 bars besides Aerith. Of course, obviously Aerith's version is going to be more powerful because she's meant to do the magics. But here's the thing. I have the choice between a long range arm and a physical up close arm. Same as with the original Final Fantasy VII. Again, I'm okay with this. Why the hell can these characters not physically change their weapon in the middle of battle? Tifa's gloves can fit into a pouch. You don't even have to do every single weapon. You can just give us a quick swap option. I think it would be cool if they added quick weapon swap. I'm a big fan of that. It's kind of what, makes Devil May Cry 3 so fun and legendary. It's not because you can do all these combos with your weapon. It's that you can do all these combos with your weapon and then change the loadout in real time. You telling me the PS5 can't handle that? But yeah, I honestly think they did a good job, and I would like some ability to deviate. Maybe I hold down on the D-pad, or maybe I just press another button and I can choose to use only 1 meter of my bar, because sometimes in some situations, especially in fucking hard mode, when I do my focus shot, I just want to do focus shot and then I want to heal. But no, because I pressed it right at the worst possible time, right when the second meter feels boom, there goes all my meter. You didn't give me a choice, Square. I would like the option of choice. Also, the steel skin is a nice defensive option, but if you're going to do defense, do it right. Give him some type of defensive option where he can, for lack of a better term, utilize materia similar to cover. Now, for those who don't remember, cover was a materia in the original game of a support nature, which increased the odds of your character going into a defense stance and taking a blow for another character on screen. Other than that, I'm sorry, but his speed should be just a little bit faster. We all know Tifa's meant to be the speed star, but I'm talking about just their natural in-combat movement speed. Please adjust that. I'm sorry, just please adjust it. Now on to the stars of the show. Hey look, everyone knows I want team attacks. I want to see Sid and Tifa doing aerial combos together at some point. You already started with Yuffie and San in the DLC, and plus, the way when you first showed off some of the combat for this game, a lot of us already thought this was already going to be a natural option. We want team attacks. And if possible, I would like the option, much like with Barrett, of choosing what meters and extra stats and stacks I do and don't expend instead of it being automated for me. When Tifa utilizes unbridled strength, we all know if you hit that triangle button, boom, there goes your stack. Why can't I just get access to the hard mode attack in unbridled strength and still be able to keep the stack on? Or choose to expend all the stacks to buff up my moves that much harder. Essentially, I want unbridled strength to save, but I want it to be reworked. Is it terrible the way it is? Absolutely not. But let's recap real quick. Star Shower gives you a temporary physical attack buff that'll be automatically expended in your next movement, your next ability. Why can't I store that? But Unbridled Strength, I can stack twice. So I can theoretically stack Unbridled Strength 1, Unbridled Strength 2, and then do a Star Shower, and I'm doing what's basically essentially my base level highest potential starting damage. Well, wouldn't it be cool if there was an EX version or a quote-unquote level 2 version of these abilities where Tifa can, for example, do dive kick, but she can use up both her Unbridled Strength. So instead of just doing dive kick, she, knocks him up in the air first, jumps off of them, and then comes down hard as hell for a dive kick that does area of effect damage. Why not give all the characters something like that? For Aerith, it can be the EX situation like I mentioned, with her having a spear or an energy blade on either side of her staff, turning into a glaive, a javelin, or a spear. Why can't she throw the damn thing and then, make lightning strike it and make it do area of effect damage? There was so much potential, but, I already said my piece on Aerith. Other than that, her dodge mechanic needs to be a backflip, let's be honest. She already flips forward and backwards throughout all of her other moves. Cloud even flips if he does a parry on certain humanoid enemies like Reno. Styling on Reno is fun, side note. Why can't we get this done with Tifa? Because her little ground slide is a weird situation. First and foremost, it's one of the least effective ways for her to slide or dodge something on a flat surface. It's gonna ruin her carbon fiber looking stocking sock things. I don't know what you would actually call those. And on top of it, she's in a skirt with some boy shorts on under it. And the skirt, if memory serves, is some form of a leather or leather themed material within the game's world. That looks so fucking weird. Did no one else did Tetsuya just decide, you know what? I'm gonna do something they don't expect with the parry. Let Tifa try to push herself on the ground going forward. Like, no, I honestly feel like, much like with Aerith's combat, this was an oversight nobody thought to question or challenge or critique. And that's why we got it the way we did. We could even do it to where if she's got Unbridled Strike, she could even change her parry. If she can change how many combos she does with Unbridled Strike, why can't she do an extended backflip or something, or make it eat ability points? Have an evasive technique that is meant to be the end-all be-all for characters. I don't care if you attach it to a materia or not. And it allows them, boom, they have enhanced invasion. You know, Cloud's roll adds a backflip to it or a front flip to it before he goes into the roll. Barrett does a small explosion on the ground that gives him a little boost away from something. Aerith, again, I already said the pole vault situation, but she lands on her feet. But you know, if you get hit out of it, you take damage longer, or there's a chance of stunning. I don't know. And of course, that leaves Mr. Big himself. The big sword boy, ladies love him, or they want his daddy Sephiroth. Cloud himself. Hey look, you pretty much did everything I wanted. If you give me a weapon switch option, I would think that's cool. He already has a stance switch. Why can't Cloud start, you know, finally experimenting with dual wielding? Because, you know, only being able to witness it in Advent Children is not the same as being able to access it. Hell, if you want, make it a stack situation or something he can do only temporarily. I'm perfectly fine with that. But, you know, you chose to give him a built-in counter on top of an ability counter. Look, I'm sorry, but can counter stance just go? Why not give us the option to hold down the hard mode button, and instead of him driving his sword in the ground and then getting temporary berserk, which is a weird thing with all things considered, and now he can access counter stance again and instead put something else in that place. I'm sorry, I just really want to play a dual wield Cloud at some point. They've been throwing it in our face since 2004. Let us actually play it, bro. Is there even one Final Fantasy game or game in general where you can play dual wield Cloud? It's not just a, oh, special move only limit break situation? I'm genuinely asking. Somebody tell me in the comments, please. Now, as far as general purpose changes, I mean, I'm pretty set on it. I've said it already, but I'm just going to try to itemize it. Number one, I would like it if every single character could be displayed on screen, or at least 6 characters. And if it's really too much or too hard to balance, that's fine. Make one character the guaranteed designated synergy partner for whoever else is in front, or let them be able to switch by holding down the same button used for synergy. Aerith in front, Sid in the back. Sid is defensive, so he can automatically block or reduce the damage that she takes, and catch her kind of sort of like Sansan. And their team attacks pretty much involve her directing explosives to his dynamite or grenade, because yes, Sid has dynamite, and I don't know why dynamite is a limit break when you can buy it from a damn store, but that's another matter. And she basically adds physical damage or enhances the effect radius of her magical attacks. But you hold down the button, boom, they switch out. Now, Aerith is trying to do stun magic or trying to do physical attacks to match Sid's physical attacks. Why not make a special move where it looks like Sid is teaching her to mimic what she's doing? She ain't gonna be in the party too much longer. Might as well add some stuff. Also, if anyone wants to call that a fucking spoiler for something that is not only on a shirt, has artwork for it, and is a meme, please get help. This game came out in 1997. The entire story, plot, and synopsis is common knowledge. And I am not saying you are beholden to a game you never played. What I am saying is that at a bare minimum, you should remember that nobody can read your mind. I don't know what games you have and have not played. Hell, I'm probably gonna put this in the front of the video. So getting mad at me for spoiling something when you knew what you signed up for, or knew for yourself you hadn't already experienced this, is your fault. Do not blame other people for what you do not know. Now, if somebody's up in your face and they just run up to you and yell something or lie about something in a spoiler to mess with you, that's fucking disrespectful and disgusting. And I hope you don't have to be around them long so they don't ruin the experience for you. And that's as genuine as I can be about that. Number 2, I want to be able to switch out my loadouts for abilities. If you can do it in Kingdom Hearts, why can't you do it here? Yes, most of the buttons are being utilized, and I totally understand that. But let's be honest, some things can get moved around, some things can be shifted around. I don't like the idea that I have to stop what I'm doing to go into my abilities menu to do a special move with the character who I'm primarily controlling. It's okay when it's the guy next to me and stuff like that. I totally get it. Or do a radius style ability list. I'm hitting the same enemy as Tifa. So while I'm in my ability list, I can press, up on the D-pad or something, and boom, here's Tifa list, and then I can go back to mine, boom, and then these things can trigger simultaneously. So it's not the same as a synergy attack like with Art of War, Yuffie, and Sansan, but it's a simultaneous activation. You don't even have to give us a materia for it or a special stat boost. Change number 3, Command Materias. I want respect to be bestowed or re-bestowed, if that's even a word, upon Command Materia's name. I did not see double item. I did not see double throw. I did not see 2 times cut, 4 times cut. I did not see cut all. Bro, let me get my combat materia. The closest I've seen to something that truly made me feel like, okay, we're going old school with these command materia was Ninja Cannonball, a DLC only materia. Come on, man. The fuck? The whole entire situation with command materia, it didn't even really, it wasn't terrible. It was literally just lack of seeing them come back. And yes, I've read a lot of the interviews. I'm well aware that there were situations where they had something or they decided on something. They realized, man, this is too powerful for part 1. Let's hold these materia back or that materia back for part 2. I'm totally okay with that. But that doesn't mean that in-game or hard mode only, there shouldn't be some things for the player to just experiment with or make late game or post game fun content more interesting. Why not give us materias that are locked into only being discovered in post game? Moving on, I want hard mode to allow you to heal in combat. The next hard mode should be altered a little bit different. The way I see it, they have so many options and so many things that they can do. They even gave, what was it, Kingdom Hearts 3, a customizable difficulty mode? Why not just have base hard mode, stronger enemies, more attacks with enemies, we do less damage or take more damage. Maybe give us a few more materia that we normally couldn't get in normal mode, and then allow us to do a custom difficulty. I'm sorry, but of all the ways to make a game harder, removal of item usage in combat seemed like something that was just a little bit too lazy. I know that's a messed up thing to say, and this is coming from the guy who likes the game, but I feel if you can't critique something without a bias, you probably shouldn't critique it at all, because at that point you're using euphemisms to hide your feelings or you're in object denial, and that's a problem either way. Game developers and humanity can't improve if we're denying our problems. But that's enough waxing philosophical for now. Next general purpose change. I want to say 4 because I think we're on number 4. I lost track. Materia should regain its ability to duplicate itself after gaining mastery. Nope, that's it. It totally should be able to do that. And finally, man, if you don't redesign that whole entire Materia user interface screen, I swear to God, there was so much stupid shit they could have easily fixed. Oh my God. You see all the buttons that'll tell you what each button does right on the top left-hand side of the screen. Why is the look at everybody's Materia button on the bottom right-hand side in the corner in small print? You hit R1 to pull up all people's Materia to switch them around that way? Bro, why is that something that is not even automatic? Oh my God. Then to top it off, there's no category segmentation. Everything is in a straight line and categorized based on did you use it and then the color. Bro, give me a green section, purple section, pink section, blue section, yellow section, red section. Call it a day. Make it easier for me to scroll. And if I'm holding multiple materia, why not put a X and then a number by them, and once I select them, I can go and see each individual one based on how many stars or ranks it's got and pull them out. I'm sorry, but that user interface was too easy to correct. Come on, Square. This ain't rocket science for you. Game probably had over $50 million investment, but that user interface for Materia looked like it took them 10 minutes and $10. Other than that, I would like the ability, which, and this is a reach, so number 6, I guess. I know it's wrong. I really, really know it's wrong. I would like the ability to be able to switch what accessory I'm wearing in real time. I know that could technically be viewed as real broken, but here's the thing. If they do allow us to do at least 1 or 2 weapon switches in real-time combat, you know, main weapon, sub weapon, which is, hey, they've done it in Final Fantasy games before for a long time, but it's a little bit different because this main and sub is a situation of fucking, you know, hey, if I can use my weapons, blink, 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 and I can hold 2 or 3 of them at a time in combat, blink, blink, why can't I do that with my accessories? Yes, I know someone's going to ask it. I'm just saying. But I know that that's very, very, very wishful thinking. Oh, also, Final thing. Number 7. Give everybody aerial combat, or rather, adjust the aerial combat. Why is it that Tifa and Yuffie have the specialities? Tifa got trained to do martial arts on the ground. Her martial arts style was supposed to be based on literal wrestling and shoot boxing, which is a derivative of kickboxing last I heard. That's it. That's fucking it. And, well, yeah, that's it. That's how I feel. And if you want, hey, tell me what you want to see change for combat in the comments. Literally, please do that. Not because, oh, feed my algorithm gods, I'm their slave. I'm not. It's because I actually do like having combat conversations about the future of Final Fantasy VII. And who knows? Who's to say something we think of here won't end up in 16 or 17 or 18 or something like that? Man, I just realized I'm going to be like 40 when Final Fantasy 20 probably comes out. Oh, that hurt my soul. With that being said, this has been your friendly neighborhood god of destruction himself, Zack Stat Pearson. And I will see you guys when I see you.